I said stick around for a bit. Hello, friends. It is
My name is Sick Host Eric.
Host Eric. Host talking with thin people. I'm feeling better. Feeling better since I got home. After I got out of traffic.
Kimberly's taking good care of me all day.
Kimberly's been taking good care of me all day. She's been, yeah, I'm on the tail end of it. I feel better this evening than I have prior. I got the flu, I think, basically. Stomach flu, fever, head cold, stomach stuff. Yeah, exactly. I took some antihistamines, went right to bed a couple days ago and slept for like 24 hours, more or less. And then when we got up and about again today, I was okay for a while in the morning, and then I started feeling shitty again in the afternoon. And I feel like I'm on the other side of it, kind of.
Y'all, Katrina.
Katrina in the house. How you doing, Katrina?
It was a very entertaining video.
I tell you, I have a feeling you're going to get a lot of attention from the boys, Katrina. You are a hot little number, new on the scene.
Katrina, I think you're on to something.
And you are going to get...
Yo, TJ.
Well, we both know whose milkshake is going to bring who's what to the where.
No longer mine.
No, it's Katrina's. Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ.
What the
Amber
hell?
Thrasher.
Oh my God. I'm starting to feel like a pimp. Amber.
Wow, Amber. That's great. Thank you so much. In honor of Amber, I am going to, of course, wear the sexy hat. I got this jacket today, too, to go with the sexy hat. I think they kind of blend together. Not really, but let's just pretend. Jesus Christ, Amber.
Yeah.
Amber, you're great.
Amber, I'm sending out t-shirts soon. Please, please, please let us know what size you'd like.
Please email. I mean, we're just full of swag, okay? Yeah. So send me your mailing address and you're going to get a box of swag for sure. We're in the process of making it. Kimberly, we're in the process of having fights about making it, as we both struggle with our combined 13th slot TE. We're getting there. We've got heat presses. We've got everything we need to have. We're just incompetent, basically. And we keep fucking up. So, we are in the process of working on it. I got on one right now today. Ones that are more fancy. Say hi to your daughter. Hello, Sheila's daughter. I hope you're having a pleasant evening today. And I hope your mom is as well. Yeah, well, this is probably my fiercest and my most fun. There's a couple of new hats lately. And really, Amber, it has a lot to do with you liking my hats. Somebody else mentioned my hat too. And I was like, they're getting hashtag fist, strong fist. And I got game time. Game time is... Oh, I also got my referee hat, which is inside.
My hat is the most beautiful one.
Yeah, the archpastor's wife's bonnet is probably... it's the most sparkly, I would say. It's the most bedazzled.
If it wasn't so heavy, I think I could wear it, but...
we don't have a bedazzler. But if you had the industrial strength bedazzler, you wear it, Kim.
No.
Okay, I'll wear this one. It's a little clean to put on the things. Okay.
This was the hat that Eric purchased for me the first week we were dating and told me that this was the archpastor's wife's bonnet.
Mm-hmm. I've been that ever since. But really, think about it. Somebody needs to make a bedazzler that bedazzles things with things this big. Is the stream lagging? I hope not. If it is lagging, then I will, if necessary, end and start it over again if I'm having internet problems. But hopefully it's not me. Hopefully it's you, Curtis. Let's blame Curtis. That always works well. I'm going to need to pull a bong rip or two here, as is my typical habit. And
I'll be encouraging Sheila's daughter with anything.
Oh, right. Sorry, Sheila's daughter. I forgot. Sheila's daughter, I'm just smoking tobacco in my tobacco bong.
Pipe.
I mean, I'm smoking organic tobacco substitute. I don't know. What's better than tobacco? The one that smokes.
Hemp.
Oh, she's leaving. Sorry. I lasted about 5 seconds remembering Sheila's daughter before getting into trouble. Anyway, so I went over to Benjamin Sadek's channel today. He interviewed me, which was very nice of him, and I enjoyed the experience a lot. I always want to be interviewed. Nobody really ever interviews me.
It was a fantastic interview. I was totally impressed with your Effie.
You got it, Amber. You got it. Thank you, Cam. Cam gave me a little props for my Effie, which is always nice because she's usually going the other direction there. Can I have some of that? And don't worry, we actually have another bottle of it. I've stashed it right there. Because since you put it into 2 bottles at the weed store, I thought, I did. So I've got another couple of grams over there stashed. Oh, thank you, Sheila. I'm glad you enjoyed the interview. I thought it was interesting because, of course, there's this very palpable urge that I see in some of the comments, like one of the comments over there anyway on that, and that I sense in general of, come on, Eric, can't you be nice? And no, I can't really. Sorry. I just can't do that.
Because that's shtick.
I mean, that might shtick.
I mean, but I think that's why people love you. That's why I love you.
Okay. I mean, it might be the case that I could be more well loved by being more agreeable, but I'm not going to do that because I think they're wrong. But I will be as pleasant as I can be. Thank you for saying I was personable. That I don't think he knew what to make of my political ambitions. Well, he had heard of them before. He wasn't brand new to the notion. I was running for president, but I suppose
the shtick is anywhere near me right now.
Have people bugged you about sapiosexual hierarchy yet? Sapiosexual? What's sapiosexual hierarchy? I mean, I think sapiosexual means intelligence, and sapiosexual hierarchy, I guess that would be the smarter you are, the more sapiosexual sexy you are. Thanks, Sheila. I appreciate the FE affirmation. I was making an effort. So nobody's talked to me about that before. I don't know if that's really a thing. Is that really a thing that people are actually attracted to intelligent people? Who would be attracted to intelligent people? See, the thing is, I would buy it if dumb people who were saying that. But I bet you it's never dumb people who are saying that. It's smart people who are saying that because they want to make themselves seem extra smart or something, or intuitives or something. And so I would say that whole thing is bullshit, sapiosexual. Nobody's really attracted to just intelligence, raw intelligence. Like, I don't care how you. If you can solve these equations, I'm on that shit. I'm all over your ass. Oh my God, you solved those equations? Come here, baby. I don't care. I don't care what you look like.
You ain't pretty, but you got a good heart.
You got good head, it says. Right. Oh, I don't care how unpleasant your personality is or how physically unattractive you are. If you are smart enough. There's just something about smart chicks. See, I kind of am attracted to the opposite, probably.
Yeah, the dumber the better. Oh my god.
Well, I'm not saying the dumber the better. I don't want somebody who's, mentally retarded.
But you like them pigeon-toed.
Pigeon-toed would be
You like
nice.
them stupid and big-boobed and sloppy.
Well, Kim.
And ones who insist on putting mayonnaise on their sandwiches.
The equation solvers. Nobody's ever said that about equation solvers. Equations are sexy AF. Nobody's ever said that. Okay. Let's see. Beta, omega. Some of those groups have different attitudes. Well, I would say this, and so there's that aspect of things. They treat relationships and stuff more seriously, or I don't know. They don't really make jokes about feelings. Yeah. Uninformed. I like my ladies uninformed. I like my ladies like my voters uninformed. Oh, right. Drama. Right. So the thing is, I don't know how to exactly, even if I wanted to make peace with the Dave Superpowers camp and the C.S. Joseph camp, which is just nutty to think I'd want to make peace with those people. But I don't know, sometimes C.S. Joseph the real, the wrong. It's like, oh my God, the douche runs strong in this one. Anyway, so even if I wanted to make peace with the DSP group, how could I possibly do it? But because it's not like they're going to combine their fucking cancer riddled wrongness with my correctness and make it better for both of us somehow. I only critique them because I want them to succeed. Yes, that's a good way to put it, introverted thinker. I should have said that first, probably, huh? Look, I'm only critiquing them because I want them to succeed. I want them to benefit from my laser vision. Hi, Zandy. I'm glad you enjoyed the interview. Oh, it was just a joke. If they string all my jokes together, I'm in trouble. Except for the fact that it's together, it means they're in trouble because they're desperate at that point. Women do love a man with a whiteboard. I've heard that from Kurtina earlier today. That's what they said in their comeback. Oh,
I'm trying to think. I don't think
that's not much of a comeback.
I don't think it was your whiteboard that turned me on. I'm trying to think of what turned me on. Like what the first thing would have been. I don't know. It's like
my manly swagger. Was it my beard? My intense boob grab? that's probably
definitely your height.
I agree with the intense boob grabs.
I was attracted to your.
I think it was the honk honk. Honk honk.
You did do that.
I did. I thought it would be funny, but
you thought a lot of stuff would be funny that night.
Yeah, well.
Until I kicked your ass out of my house and told you to go home and leave me alone.
And I did for like one day. Let's see. So, I know for cookie.
My favorite.
You're right about that for sure. What's that?
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm asking you what you saying. What you saying, Kimberly?
Hmm?
Joey, Joe, 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 Jed, 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 Jed. Lindsay, you got 4 exclamation points, Lindsay. That's INFJ for I like you.
Hey, where's Brenna?
I don't know where Brenda Lee is. Where is Brenda Lee?
It used to be that every night Brenna Lee would come in and then Sheila would come in. Boop, boop. Or it would be the other way around. Brenna Lee, Sheila. Boop, boop.
I miss her shrill urban voice. I guess I could pretend she's here. I'm Ellie. Hey everybody, you miss me? I've been gone for a while. Yeah, where is Brenda Lee? That's sad. Makes me sad too, Joey Joe Shabadoo.
So
funny. So anyway, regarding the CS Joseph thing, it's been a while since I've laid into him. I'm kind of laying into OPS because it's just so nutty.
OPS.
OPS is Dave's superpowers and systems.
They call it OPS.
Sheila W. Pigs and some goats. Like that. Is that your voice, Sheila?
Oh no, I'm so jealous of her. It makes me sick. Be nice to her.
With the suspiciously convenient paper towel roll. I'm sick. I gotta blow my nose a lot.
Dude, that's there not even when he's sick. That is there so that like his sleeves and the front of his shirts don't have food and spit and snot all over him. He's like a 7-year-old.
She's in a Negrum too, LJ. I think about type policing her. She says she's INTJ. Is she a girl? I don't think so. Seems kind of, I don't know. I like it, like somebody pretending to be an ISTJ kind of.
Yes. So make it a big old man bib.
You think Lindsay's an INTJ? I don't really have any opinion about it. I think I arrested her, but I don't really
Quit sewing because you're showing me up, man. You got like a farm and everything, and you're able to like sew the most bomb thing ever. Did you show everybody this? Sheila rocks. Oh my God, Sheila, you rock.
Yeah, I did show them this. This is your veil for your burqa. You're supposed to be wearing that right now, Kim.
No.
I don't want anybody seeing your
However,
woman
when
face.
Red puts it on, she like runs away from it like it's a horny rooster. She like takes off as soon as I put it on her.
Well, boy, I tell you, she loves hanging out with me, going worming.
Yeah, you tried pulling that. I'm her favorite parent shit.
I am her favorite. She likes me best because I'm the cock. I was explaining to Kim, here's the deal.
Well, I took offense to this.
From Red's perspective,
I'm her cock.
No. From Red's perspective, you see, but
you
listen. Wait, listen to me, Kim. Listen, let me finish my explanation. Now, note,
what's my name?
Kimberly.
Thank you.
Now, note, when I dig up the worms in the dirt, Kimberly never gets any of the treats that she is the number 1 chicken, and Kimberly is a broody number 2 chicken. Right. She is getting a little broody, actually. I think so. So I put some stone eggs underneath her when she sleeps. So hopefully that'll solve the problem.
Is that what you call your balls these days?
Yeah. Eventually, if they don't ever get used, they turn completely to stone. It's odd. Anyway, my poor chicken, she really needs a friend.
We were so sad.
It was so sad because we had to go someplace.
God
parents'
forbid we had to
house.
leave the house.
We had to go to my parents' house, and as we were walking out of the backyard to the front, the chicken's like chasing after us to keep up with us. I felt so guilty making her stay behind. We got to get her a chicken friend.
Oh my God, it was so sad. You refused to close the gate on her.
I'm like, no, you do it, Cam. I'm not doing it. I don't want her seeing me do it.
So sad.
You should send some fertilized eggs for her to hatch. Get her a ferret. Ferret and a chicken sound like an exciting pet combo. That's the worst idea I've heard all day.
Sheila, I was asking Eric about that. Can you just put in with fertilized eggs and they'll hatch them? Because
I have to pretend to hump the chicken first. Make her feel like she's been mated with.
I'm just so fearful.
I'll just start kissing on the side of her comb a little bit.
Why would you kiss her? You don't kiss me.
Oh, Kimberly.
I'm too afraid we're going to end up with a rooster the next time my neighbors hear any sort of a rooster.
She's got rooster PTSD.
No, she's not broody. She's spoiled.
She's got PRSD, post-rooster stress disorder. We had a rooster before. We got a letter from the landlord, and she freaked out. And now she's got an association that if ever a male chicken touches its feet upon our house, that we'll be in trouble. So I think we're going to go to the chicken store sooner or later here pretty soon. Get her a young chicken because, you know, she's still not very agile for that's what you get for that kind of iffy there, Curtis. I think we're getting a smaller chicken for her because, you know, she's not very dexterous. She's not going to win any battles really because she's kind of gimpy. So we got a young chicken that just sort of falls in line, and then if that young chicken eventually wants to take over, then fine. But probably once it gets in the habit of being the underling, it'll just stay that way forever. That'd be my guess. I mean, I don't really understand. Chickens are beta quadra because they really like hierarchy. They like having one chicken in charge, and one chicken is second in charge, and one chicken is third in charge.
I think that I need a chicken that's been kind of very domesticated.
Are you a red chicken named Gimpy?
Who has a
Cannabear says he's got a red chicken named Gimpy.
That's adorable.
And we've got a Gimpy chicken named Red.
Yeah.
Oh, Kimberly made delicious chicken cordon bleu tonight for dinner. It was quite good.
It was not my chicken.
No, yeah, it wasn't.
I have to pretend I'm not eating chicken.
It wasn't our chicken, obviously. But you know, on Wednesdays,
someone will always ask.
We go over there, and we Kimberly cooks dinner for my parents, and tonight and every week, my dad like picks some recipe he wants, and that's it. And this week it was chicken cordon bleu with blue cheese wedge salad and blueberry ice cream dessert thing. My dad's playing third slot any gratification, I guess, of that.
And then what was last week? Do you remember?
Was it? Oh yeah, it was some kind of Creole thing, like gumbo or.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then what was the week before that?
The week before that was
pot roast.
Pot roast. Before that was coco vin.
Coco vin. And then I made, what's that one? I made, Italian wedding soup.
Right.
And then I've made I don't remember. He always has some pretty elaborate dishes.
Yeah.
5-course.
So we went and did that. Right. Well, I was getting frustrated with my mom, mostly because my dad was frustrated with my mom. I didn't want him to have to deal with her, so I had to deal with her since we were cooking. So let's figure out. Oh, hi, David Kepke. I'm doing a fair amount of eating these days. Different kinds of eating different places out, eating different food. Kimberly cooks. It's kind of nice. I'm feeling very SI oriented.
Oh, what did I make yesterday? I made lima bean soup.
That was good, actually. That was quite good. The broth was particularly good.
Oh, and I made you pineapple upside down cake.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she did indeed. It's really quite nice, and there's a lot of advantages to being with an ISFJ.
Are you farting?
Yeah, and you have to remember that it's like, the thing is, it's really easy to take your what the dual offers for granted, because the dual offers it so naturally, and it doesn't seem to be any effort to them, and you receive it so naturally. So, like, a lot of the most important benefits of a dual relationship are largely ignored. Kimberly, you're not supposed to call me out on that. Okay? On farting. I was all subtle about it for a reason.
Well, when I'm sitting here like 5 inches from your asshole, I'm going to call you out.
Kimberly, if you would sit someplace other than down between my legs with your face in my crotch, then you wouldn't have that problem. I keep telling you that. I'm like, why do you sit there? You're just obsessed with it. So that's going to happen.
I've got to warm up your stony balls some way.
Yeah. I got to bring her back to life. Slow. You can blame your farting on her cat food from her front porch last night.
Dragging it on the porch.
Yeah, we went out and this raccoon had a bag of items at the grocery store, like in his little
one bag, and was staring at us.
And I'm like, hey, what are you doing? And,
it was as big as me.
So she just went, hey. Then I got up and I was like, what's going on? He's got that whole bag of items. I walked over there. I was like, go away. Give me your bag from.
Like this.
So, yeah, we got a big ass. And skunk. We also got a possum. Kimberly does stuff like, I know, let's have a wildlife problem. This is Kimberly's way. She leaves cat food everywhere. She can't stand, if a cat meows someplace where she's standing, she thinks there needs to be a new bowl of food set there. So we've got food all around the outside of the house. The skunks love it. The possums love it. The raccoon loves it.
I don't want any animal to be hungry.
Okay, well, we're not responsible for feeding the wild animals.
I'm feeding them the food that the cats don't like.
Well, that's not what the
a hole in it. It was eating it like it was trail mix, staring at me like I was ridiculous. Even though you think I am.
Well, I don't like the skunk because occasionally the skunk will
come into the house.
But yeah, the skunk comes into the house. That's annoying.
The possum used to come into the house. Thank God the raccoon doesn't come into the house. It's bigger than
it will.
Cats put together.
It will if we let it. If we don't keep that door closed. Okay. What's the difference between NI first and NI tool? Are they drastically different? What an NI, the NI tool user, and not see any NI at all? No, it would seem. I mean, the thing is, I actually see it more in an NI tool user. It's blunter. It's like they're using NI as a tool function and hitting everything with it. And I think that they're easier to identify because they've got polar SI, which is easy enough to spot. And so INFJs come with epistemology, makes them real human beings in a way that ENFJ especially they have a certain soullessness to them. And they got FI ignoring, so they got no link to the actual self, and it makes them very like projections of a self. You know, like ENTJ or an ENFJ. The question was, isn't NI tool NI creative? Join your camp? Typological? Okay, what's your typological? What's your camp all about? Typological. You make typology videos? Congratulations. What does SI polar look like? SI polar looks an inability to articulate specific examples from their own lives, an almost complete inability to do so. Now they may be able to come up with one or two, like vaguish ones, but they'll struggle to the point where you go like, huh, that's weird. When you ask them things like, well, can you tell me? They won't be able to produce those kind of examples. Can you talk about people who have 50% F and 50% T? I'm an ENT/FP, and it's a strange path to walk. No, you're not. There is no such thing. You are almost certainly an ENFP. If you're either an ENFP who mistakenly thinks of yourself as a thinker because you think about your feelings with words, or you're an ENTP who thinks that because he's emotional, he's or she is an ENFP. But neither of those things is true. So if you are, in fact, an ENXP, then you're one or the other and not both. The Eulerianism is a good alternative to type. It doesn't really give you any guidance, though. I should be warned. You should be warned about that. Every time I take tests, well, okay, well, that's because that test is nonsense. It's not testing something correctly if it thinks it can be 50-50. Look, you have 4 functions in the conscious stack. One of them is a nature or implicit function. One of them's a tool function. One of them's an absolute value for yourself function, and one of them's seeking. So it's like if you're an ENTP, you've got introverted thinking as your second slot, in which case you're parsing everything for consistency and making a lot of argumentation and stuff, probably. Curtis is singing from the hymnal, which I'm always happy to see. The core tenets. What are the core tenets of Eulerianism? Well, one of them is I think that there aren't any firm tenets. If I believe. Well, as Diablo, I remember what I had for dinner tonight. Is that my opinion, or is it just fact? I mean, I do remember what I don't like Chevy Malibus either. I don't disapprove of your disapproval of them, Eulor. Now, look, you should be aware in the Eulerian church there are 2 distinct sects. There's the Eulerian sect, the Eulerian church, and there's the archpastor sect of the Eulerian church. And the archpastor's wife's bonnet, which is a piece of church, what do you call it? Artifact? Memorabilia?
Uniform.
If you're debating or fluctuating F and T, chances are you have both those functions in the middle of your stack, so you could be either I, J, or EP based on that. One time I saw Jesus on the Santa Monica Pier singing Sex and Candy. Well, one of the miracles, one of the less reported miracles that Jesus performed was actually transforming that song into Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen, just like he did transform the water into wine. Look, it's pretty straightforward to distinguish between an FI tool user and a TI tool user. Take some simple conditional logic problems, see how you do on them. Are you like a fish in water to them, or are you like a fish on land to them? If the former is a decent chance you're an ENTP. If the latter, you're probably an FP. If your one not be the case at all, you might not even be intuitive. You know, there's false intuitives. D. B. All right. Let me go see what this commotion's all about out front. Kimberly, can you chat with the people? Juan Pablo, sí, señor. Can you chat with the people?
Well, that depends. They can chat amongst themselves for a minute, I think.
I'm going to finish it up, of course. Got the flu, and so
hey, Pookie. It's hard for me to read the live stream because I'm so blind. Curtis, you talking about Eric? It's so true. Craig, I've had at my work. Well, I work from home, and she asked if she could take a nap because she was too tired to drive home to the next city over, which is like maybe in my bed. So I found her. Oh, I told her before she went to my bed. I said she didn't wake up, and it was a really weird thing. So that was probably the craziest. A client that used to growl and bark like dog. The craziest.
When she's washing my hair, and so I go.
Wash your hair in the bowl.
Oh, that's true. Oh my God, Sheila, that is fucking disgusting. Kimberly, what do you want from Norway? Arctic char, of course.
What do I what?
She wants fjord juice. What does she want from Norway? Some of those fancy cigarettes that taste like
for sure,
like minty gum.
Yeah, and just I want her love from Norway. That's what I want most. I mean, you know what would actually really be cool is I'd love a T-shirt that I can wear. Just as Norway.
I think that's a good idea, Taylor. I think you should make the Pope that lives in Constantinople, the Eastern Pope. That's a good idea. And then then I'll make somebody else a Western Pope. Eric Burr is a Pokemon.
Yeah, Sheila, I haven't had anything of that. I've had men say inappropriate things, and I've pretty much fired them right on the spot. But not ever had that sort of a gross session. I hope your daughter's not here because I'm going to give you guys all a secret. Eric got caught once on not a live stream. What was it?
It was the Raw Room.
The Raw Room. Eric was pleasing him and didn't know on camera. And one of the members, we don't have to say a name, Eric. It's okay.
It was Janelle.
It was Janelle. Caught it.
I had no idea. It's like, and I was like, okay, I'm done with that now. And I look over my browser window and I click. It says like go to meeting window, and I click on it. I'm like, oh my god. But the thing is, the camera was kind of like this, you know. It's not like you can really see anything. It's just
just your expression.
But, I mean, you can hear like the lady in the background going, "Oh."
She thought you were dying.
Anyway, of course, Janelle doesn't say anything until I'm done. You know.
Who would? That's classic. Hilarious.
Yeah. So I immediately took that video down. Needless to say, I knew it was going to happen one day too. It's like I told myself many times, you have to be really careful if you go into incognito mode, you close your other window. But one time I failed to do so.
What about the time your finger scratching your butthole?
I did do that as well. I was scratching my butt while driving and making a video. She voluntarily sat through the whole thing and watched it, so I guess we are. No, that channel, that video was taken down. So anyway, Hambone, exactly.
Answer. You need to read the question.
Oh, Hambone asks, who's the real creep? And it's really Janelle for wanting to watch.
That doesn't make somebody a creep. I would totally watch that stuff.
Okay, well, enough about that.
Yeah.
So I did break my finger scratching my butt, though. The key...
You were not scratching your butt.
I was scratching my butt.
No, you were scratching your butt hole.
Kim, I mean, yeah, was I digging up in there a bit? Yeah, I was. But the point is...
Butt ate your finger.
The point is, I was driving, and I was making a video, and I had to scratch my butthole. Now, this is not a usual thing, but occasionally your butthole itches and you got to scratch it. Normally, I would just lift my pants, my butt up off the seat a lot of distance to scratch my butthole in that context if I were to do so. But in this instance, I didn't want to make it obvious on the video I was making that I was scratching my butthole. So I didn't lift my butt very high off the seat. And then what was I hit a bump and broke my finger scratching my butt. So look for it. But yeah, see me break my finger while recording video and driving. Scratch my butt.
What classifies as weird shit?
I wouldn't call that being. I'm not into that. I'm not into scratching my butthole. I'm not into breaking my finger. I'm not into doing it on camera. All that was just incidental. Not into any of those things. It was just show up that it was almost inevitable it was going to happen eventually. But yeah, I took it down right away.
Are you saying let me get you one? I'll get you one. You stay with
that'd be
you
great.
Stay with all of our little family members.
Why am I scratching so deep into my intestines? Well, that's where all the fleas are, obviously. I've got fleas in my lower intestine or my colon. Or perhaps
you probably hadn't had a bath for 2 weeks.
My sphincter. I was single at the time. It probably had been a while since I had bathed. Nowadays, nowadays I have to take a shower like every day. Take a bath every day. Maybe he was raving corn. No, wasn't at all. I just had it. Sometimes your butthole itches. It wasn't even necessarily my butthole. It was like, down up in the crack though. So I had to get up in there a bit. So that's why my finger got broken. So the moral of the story is, when scratching one's ass while making a video and driving, figured out that's what you're doing on the video. Just deal with it and avoid breaking your finger. It took quite some time for that to heal. And during that whole time, I was not able to play the guitar. It was very sad for me. Very, very sad. He always stood straight up to wipe his ass and faced the bunks. I don't think I would do that. That sounds awful being in jail. I'm glad I didn't go to jail. Playing a lot, probably. I've also broken another finger. Oh, that's funny, Taylor. I broke this bone right here in my hand. I was riding a bicycle, and I had groceries in my basket on my bicycle, and my dog was running next to me. I used to ride my bicycle places the dog would go with me, and then when I go in the supermarket, the dog would sit in the box in the back of the bicycle. I'd go in the supermarket. When I come back out, put the groceries in the box, the dog would run alongside me on the way home. So I was riding my bike back to my Temple City house, and I pulled into my patio. But my bike only had one working brake, and I had my hand on the wrong side, and for some reason I had my other hand off of the handlebar, and so I reached out for this plumeria tree that I had in a pot, and I grabbed it successfully, but only with one finger. The other missed, and this lifted the whole tree up, bent this all the way back, and snapped this bone right here. It was very painful and quite annoying, because I ended up going to County USC Hospital, and it was a long time ago. It was during a time period when I was unemployed, like between the county and teaching English. I had like a year or something on the floor. I broke my hand during that year. And so the point is, I had to go to County USC to get my hand done for like government cheap, pay $100 to get my hospital bill. And I had to wait 16 hours in the waiting room. It was awful. I never broke a bone, but I had my pelvis places for a surgery, a pelvis rearranging surgery, where they were like different pieces just to see what it looked like. Because a good elective surgery to go for. You had to get stitches in your face while you were tripping shrooms. That sounds unpleasant. Hip dysplasia. Hip dysplasia. So does it mean your normal plasia has been disrupted in some fashion? Your normal hip plasia? That is indeed. being a minion. He dresses up as one of those little YOLO guys. Sheila has hip dyslexia. That means her hips get letters all mixed up and she can't tell numbers from letters. Her hips are always getting confused. That's why she never lets them read the menu. Katrina's new boy toy is Matthew Alistair. Oh yeah, she is with Dario Nardi. You mean Mario Karty? Mario Karty. If that's what it takes to impress you, we're the same type of people. Or you walk backwards only. Okay, that's what hip dyslexia does. Okay. Now, that makes a lot more sense. I obviously misunderstood the nature of that disorder. I always wondered how people contracted hip dyslexia. Are your hips illiterate, or did they ever learn to read? I guess they did learn to read some way. They were able to walk backwards. Emily is much bigger than them. Emily is bigger than who? I don't like the way you talk about a woman's size. You're always stressing how big they are or small. That's not okay. Just because you're a small lady, let's point out when other ladies are bigger.
Okay, that's not yours. This is yours.
This is good, though.
I'll make you. Oh, you can have some of this later, but I don't want because you're sick.
Alger. This dream is even stranger when waking up. The day should be interesting. I've done some ritual magics to ensure the day be less boring than it normally is for 94% of you. Now, you, Cotton Cat, may fall into that majority, 94%, or you may fall into the 6% who don't experience a more interesting day. But if it is more interesting, then you can credit my ritual magic. If it's less interesting, then you just got to be. Look, what I'm thinking is we need to build some sort of metaphorical Trojan horse to send over to C.S. Joseph's metaphorical keep and release metaphorical, I don't know, termites out of it. Katrina doesn't know the levels. Katrina has bad FE. Katrina is not 9 of J, okay? And so does my ass. So does mine. And so is my ass. And so is my ass. Did somebody just say, who is Katrina? Who isn't she? She's everyone and everything to me.
She is a queen.
You know, you can't teach beauty. LJ and I use brass knuckle metal. Oh yeah? Well, I use metaphorical laser guns. What do you think about that? That's metaphorically more powerful. You thought about that? Don't hate me because I'm beautiful, Taylor. Okay? I use oil of Olay, and you can tell. You can see that my skin is moist. My skin is moist and dewy. No, I'm not a chicken boy. I'm instead quite chewy. Chewy. Your tricks are the ones nobody sees. Well, sounds like you've got some tricky knees. Your skin isn't all that moist, baby. Sorry, Kim. It's just a camera that adds wrinkles to my face. If you were to see me in person, it's perfectly smooth. Chicken boy. I get 2 chicken boys and a Can I hash browns, please? Okay, I'm gonna cast Chicken Boy. He arrives on the battlefield tapped. It's only one man of any color. So
we are pretty obsessed with our chicken.
Yeah. He's got finger break.
Yeah, he's
One of his
eating
powers.
the homemade
Pineapple upside down cake.
that I made him.
Yeah. Cheers. Cough all over my food, why don't you, Cam?
Wow.
You're all worried about me getting you sick. We used to have an A&W right near my house in Arcadia, but it closed down quite some time ago. There aren't very many A&Ws left, really. Yeah, this is goodness. So, here's my plan in the morning. Am I going to actually fall? Get my ass out of here.
Cough cake.
Get my ass out of here. Find some C.S. Joseph attack. Make a video attacking that. Those are always good for business, I figure. And then do a couple MBTI tournament videos. And I want to clean up around here some. So my goal is 3 videos tomorrow. There's a failure of NI, Curtis. Obviously. Yes. More mukbang. And you know, one of the things you may not have been aware of, for every time you get mukbang on the channel, you also get at least 5 seconds of ASMR.
What's
Hockey, but
ew.
If that is people eating food on camera.
Oh.
So it's not really like bukkake at all. Mmm. I want you guys to get very ASMR. We're going to crank up the volume here.
What are you doing?
Feel the mystic wonder of my stereo ASMR. Oh my God, it's so fantastic. You can hear everything so well. Was that pretty good? Made me drool.
Leave it to Eric.
Needs more smacking. For sure. For sure. Christina should do ASMR. Like 6 million views. Like, all I said was hello. Isaac Churcher's here. Thank God. We were waiting for a churcher. We had a chur. We had a chur with a U. We had a char. We had a char. But we have yet to have a churcher. Finally, we have one. Curtis said right before you got here, where's Isaac Churcher? Lick the microphone.
No, please don't.
Lick the microphone. Did it give you brain pimples? What is it called? You know, when they they get this scalp thing going on with that, supposedly. Ear rape at its finest indeed. So anyway, for the first hour of the video, half the volume of what it is now, but that's okay. Taylor has the most diligent, persistent follow through on his created imaginary history of a thing that never happened at his fucking house.
I love you, man. I love you, Amon.
Let's follow the mic for back reviews. That would sound like. I'm actually low-key going to make an ASMR video. You should. I'm sure you'll do well with that, Pukoki. I think much rather hear you do an ASMR video than an old man like me. You know, I think they're looking for like intimacy, right? But it's not really what they want from me.
You're not going to find intimacy there. I could put a plate full of poo-poo covered in chocolate with sprinkles, and he wouldn't look down to eat it or say anything about it. He just eats away.
Taylor. Yes, it's true. I was in the basement with my laptop and a bottle of lotion that was not mine and that I had not put there down there in any way, shape, or form. However, I was genuinely making a song the whole time. And no, I have nothing to do with that fucking lotion that you continually harassed me about for years after this purported event happened. Let's see. I've been there. I know, Taylor, and if that were actually the case, I would probably go, yeah, I didn't want to tell you when I was over there at your house, but I shouted all over your couch. Sorry.
I'm so glad Sheila's daughter. This is a very raunchy, very raunchy episode of.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little drunk with the flu. Right. Well, look, if we're talking about doing an ASMR specifically about dampness, moisture, dewiness, moistness, viscosity, saline.
Good, Sheila. A female.
And salty wetness, then obviously I'm the ASMR king. Dry rub. This was seized by the government. That's true. Oh, can Emily whisper shout? Is she the best? Is she the greatest? Is she rich? The magical hot rail vice. It was a pretty been on the table. Exciting times, unicorns and leprechauns emerging from the walls. All to provide us.
That was your time in Tennessee, not with Taylor.
That table was at best quasi-legal. Chain smoke, cough. That's good ASMR. You got to have something important to say when you do ASMR. Words of affirmation, followed by words of critique, followed by words of affirmation. That's what people really want.
LJ says whisper shout.
But really, something like that. Probably a lot of prisoners' fees. Taylor would know. At least in his jail. He probably got a lot of ESF fees in there too. Out there impulsively doing shit based on their feelings. Is it hard to think of something important as Marvin Katrina exists? Your lips, so manly and red.
Right when you said that, I thought of Katrina's lips. Oh my god. Are definitely not to be red lipstick.
What are we doing for St. Patrick's Day? Kimberly's dyeing my pubes green.
Ew, that's so disgusting.
For the parade.
What I'm really doing. You probably don't even know.
I know. You're making corned beef and cabbage.
For us and the kids.
Plus, and the Irish friends might stop by. Where are my cigarettes? Do I have any partials?
No.
Is Kim jelly of Katrina? She's a little jealous. I think Kim saw how much I sat up and took them lady. More in the house, but I don't want to have to go in the house.
She looks like she could be my sister.
Don't smoke half cigarettes like the guy who sleeps outside the library. Well, look, Taylor, this doesn't make you more likely to sleep outside the library if you smoke half a cigarette. I'm ready to go to bed with Mario Karty. Mario Karty does? Well, we'll see. We're going to have a hat battle. I like my chances in a hat battle with Mario Karty. Obviously, he doesn't pull his special move out and say, "But Mario Kart!" Nobody can beat that. Make an ASMR version of the Whisper Shout song.
You know, I'm still waiting for people to pull in some great footage of dance and party dance and send it in.
Right. Remember, we are still waiting for submissions to Dancing Party Dance. If I could, I thought you were talking about Dario Nardi, Taylor. No. I mean, he might, the other guy might have this hat too, but he wouldn't look as good in it as either me or Dario Nardi.
Or me.
Or Kim. Katrina, nobody would dream of taking Katrina out without buying her dinner. A lady like that needs to be treated like a princess.
Queen.
Can't teach beauty. You know, before I'd even bother asking her out, I would have a very, very expensive and fancy thing planned to hopefully entice her. That'd be my best hope. I should be friends with him just to let him know that he's been arrested. Listen, Dario, I know everybody thinks you're cool, but that doesn't put you above the law, and you type jail. So, you're such an ESTP. Listen, Katrina, you can satisfy Taylor with pictures of your butt, I'm sure. And so, okay. That's true, Taylor. Thank you for doing that. Somebody has a hit on them. It is a rather respectful community, isn't it? I think it's because there's a lot of intuitives. You know, intuitives are a little less zesty than you ESTPs. Curtis is quite zesty. He's always flirting with all the girls. I've noticed Matthew's rather zesty. He's always flirting with the girls.
And the boys.
Yeah. Matthew got his heart broken by Zandy like 2 days ago. I don't know if they got back together since then or not, but Zandy, you and I talked about this in your life coaching session, okay? You need to stop chasing tomorrow's dream all the time. The grass is not always greener on the other side. You and Matthew have something special, okay? You've chatted a couple of times on one of my live streams. Means you're meant to be together. So, Connecticut, here you go. It's time for you to move to Connecticut, Zandy. That's where Matthew lives. He's going to house you. Yeah, I think he's an ST of some sort as well. I think he's probably in the SCP like Taylor. He's just a particularly goofy one. But I don't know. I'm not sure with Curtis. He's an interesting one. I got to talk to him and type him. Connecticut. It's that place where there's stuff. Okay. Connecticut. He'll raise you as a son. Okay.
You're weird.
Listen, this is why she hired me as a life coach. So I could give her youthful advice like this. All right. Without my advice, no idea where she's going to.
Poor Zandy. Like left out in the snow, unbathed for 7 days.
I go check up on it. So how's it going? And Zandy's lying. I was like, Matthew.
And then he hands her a glass of wine.
look at how filthy Zandy is. Lying out here in the mud. Well, you know, you were live streaming, so okay, well, that's a pretty good excuse, Matthew. The people still want it, says Curtis. I do want to talk to his ass. I want to see if I can figure out what he's trying to pull here exactly. I think they're fake accounts too. Taylor going, boy, I can't wait for that Curtis video to come on out. Sure, I'm excited to see that Curtis video. But, you know, I appreciate the effort Curtis puts into it, so. Yeah, right, Curtis. Right. Yeah, right. All right. I'm an experienced life coach. I can tell when someone's life is uncoached like yours, okay? What's right, Curtis? It's uncoached. You need coaching. You need life coaching. You should go see Dr. Lionel Sprinting Wolf Kazakoil. To Sprinting Wolf. In just 7 sessions for just $750. That's 7 large group sessions of 45 minutes each for a total of just $750. Okay, Curtis. Now you have your directions too. Zandy's got her directions. She's going to be Matthew's baby. Curtis, you're going to go see Dr. Lionel Sprinting Wolf Kazakoil to turn into a sprinting wolf. Okay. Coach Ken, coach. if coach is coach's coach. Okay, so there's that. That's why I'm sending you to coach school. Now let's see what else. Who else is getting a life mission today? LJ, you're gonna become my life coach apprentice. Okay. Basically, what that means, you follow me around with a pencil and a pad, and you write down everything I say, and periodically chime in with things like "brilliant," "genius," "oh my God, Eric, you're so insightful," things like that. Okay. And then after a while, you become an official assistant. After official assistant, you become top assistant, and presumably at that point we might get a second assistant. We might just keep you, but anyway, and then eventually you can work your way all the way up to intern. Okay, so don't trust this Lionel guy. My heart hasn't even been operational since seeing him, and my bank account is in the negatives. He sounds like both a shock thief, makes him a double thief. That's, I believe, there's a mandatory minimum of 5 to 10 for that. What type has coached you the most in the game of life, Eric? ESTJ, probably. My mentor teacher, for whom I learned a lot, was probably ESTJ. And my dad was is an ESTJ. In some sense, I feel like I don't learn much from him, but in other ways, I'm always realizing, oh, they're right again. You know? Yeah, well, it matters. And I'm learning to be more responsible with shit like that. I checked the oil today, in fact. If Eric types to you other than ISTJ, will you still be in denial? Yeah, he will. We're teaching him everything he knows besides his any make-believe. I mean, I do have SI. It means I do learn from experience. I learn from experience of dealing with other people. I learn from experience of reading things. I learn from experience of talking to people. I learn from experience of doing various creative tasks and handling a difficult woman in a relationship that's better in, a lot of ways, better than I had figured it would end up being at some point in this progression of things. It's been rocky at times, but that's been a very instructive experience for sure. I mean, I try to learn from everything and everyone I come into contact with to the extent that it has something to teach, If it doesn't, I'll try to ideate off of whatever it is, make some disparate connection. Creation would make a YT video with me. Who's Creation? I don't know who Creation is. Creation. Is he some sort of rapper? An annoying title, but I would be lying if I said I wouldn't do it if it would actually be valuable to the right person with the right goals. Well, I mean, I think it is. I actually have done it before on a couple of occasions. Mostly I type people, but occasionally will say they want. I'm always happy to oblige and give my honest opinions about things. Like an INFP is most likely to seek that from me potentially. But which is weird because they're my supervisor, but they seek TE, and if they afford me authority sense, then they're likely to maybe seek that out. This is about camp typology. Yes, it's a summer camp we're offering where it's for adults only. That's in Vegas. And it costs $4,000. It doesn't include any travel or hotel or anything because I don't want to hassle with that. It does include all of your conference entry fees. Conferences will be held at various venues around town.
Do you have any more of these?
Right here, baby. Going right here. Yes, I do have one more of those. I think there's maybe one in here. Here you go.
Be careful with your foot.
Be careful with your foot, baby. Don't you get in my cooch.
Eric.
Vegas is cool. I like Vegas. I don't know. There's something I like about it. It is kind of seedy. I wouldn't want to stay there a long time, but it's nice if you're, if you're sprung or something. Go and play some video keno for hours. Let's see. I have a bad gambling habit and desire for illicit sex. Well, I don't have neither of those two things are my vices. So I enjoy gambling a little bit. Gamble.
However, your father, on the other hand.
Oh, yeah, my dad fucks anything that moves. He's 82 years old. He's humping the waitress in the bathroom in the middle of breakfast. It's like, Dad, please, can you chill out? Sweet piece of ass, son. I'm gonna hit that shit. What are you talking about? I have been thinking that class level has more of a differentiating effect on people than of the same type than any other factor. Probably that's true. I would guess if you're talking about, well, I mean, a Negrum, you might say, but therapy with an ISTJ woman is the worst. Went 2 times, haven't been back. Well, you should go see Dr. Dr. Lionel Springton Wolf Kazaquo. I don't want to get confused with famous painter Raul Diego.
Or any of the other 25.
I do have a lot of guys that have. Zandy, an ISTJ shouldn't be a therapist. That's true. Unless you need therapy on how to fix your door handle. So...
Are you calling Zandy a door handle?
Am I calling Zandy a door handle? No. I'm not. Saying unless she has a door handle that's broken, needs advice for how to fix it, your therapist shouldn't be an ISTJ.
I'm just kidding.
Spoken like a true intuitive elitist. Well, Taylor, look, it's not elitism. It's just into elitism. Okay, it's a little different. It's more like, it's just, I don't think INTJs make any sense as a therapist either. Type. I think INFJ or ENTP it depends who you're therapying. That's the thing. If you're therapying somebody who's going to benefit from hearing things explained in a very truth direct, concrete kind of way, there's my phone. It's Delilah. Hello. All right, here I come. Okay. I gotta go move the mini in so Delilah can pull in behind it because she's got to leave at 4 in the morning for work.
And Eric still needs a teacher. He taught her how to steer shit. I don't want it. There's no way I would want that. I didn't realize the clock was so loud. I'll tell it that we move it. Apparently the clock's really loud.
Only when I'm not here talking. Walk for 22 years, Sheila? That is surprising. You should go on America's Most Interesting People. Have we made anything with the cricket?
Well,
we're here that is with the regular arm, but since we got a heat press, so now everything should come out better. And
I'm trying to right now, but it's saying that I need to be connected to the cricket. Is that true? I can't just design and then go in there and connect it?
Let's see what you're trying to do. Well, it's because you're on the make part.
Yeah, I want to make more.
Well, once you're in this make part, then yeah, you have to be connected to it.
Oh.
If you were in the previous,
so I can't just make it and then go in there and connect it.
But you can, but you have to be at the previous screen.
How do I get to the previous screen? Let's see, you're not connected. Oh.
TE. Okay, so
hey. Polar FE.
Pukoki is right. Sounds like the clock from 101 Dalmatians there waiting for the puppies to be born. Here's some level 21 advanced shit. Stop threatening to hurt people with sharp objects when they say things you don't like. That's a good point. Did LJ threaten to stab somebody or something? LJ? Bears are just big raccoons. I'm not sure that's true, but it's kind of. Oh yeah, he is. He's been in jail a couple of times. Your husband, your ESTP husband. All ESTPs go to jail. Well, not practicing right now. It sounds like the clock before Brexit. Oh, Hambone, LJ, assassinating each other. There's a sass-back attack going on between LJ and Hambone. All right, well, I think I'm going to wrap up this live stream. I want to thank you all for being here and hanging out with me this evening. It's made for a pleasant evening for sure. And I think this will probably be a fun one to listen back to. It's a particularly nutty live stream.
Well, you put Taylor and Matthew Alistair in a room together, and
it's combustible.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then you can't forget about her trees.
You add a Sheila, a Pukoki, a Zandy. You got all kinds of shit. You got a fur flying. Around so, yeah. I know. It's like, let's all show up for Pukoki. No, I want to shop for Sandy. Okay, well, listen, you guys. Nobody's going to be impressed by that.
Sheila.
Sheila's married.
So,
Married
Taylor doesn't care.
Taylor doesn't care. Taylor doesn't care. But most people do. You're welcome, Cotton Cat. Your cat made of cotton, and that's all right. Cotton cat. Cat, good night. Does she? Okay. Night, everyone. Night, Alistair. Time for ASMR for all of us. Everybody go find your ASMR video that puts you to sleep. Goodbye.